I just cannot believe we got like over 2 months until the NFL season starts, and boy, am I excited! Schedule predictions are going crazy. We have yet to see Adam Ring's delusional ass predicting these NFL team schedules and how they're gonna do. Y'all guys remember Adam Ring, right? He's a Bear fan. Come on, you can't trust the guy. I'm just kidding. He's a great guy. He loves to just create drama. He likes to be funny. I'll give him that. I just can't contain my excitement for the football season because I can't wait to show y'all my takes and everything, single one of that. Speaking of which, welcome back to Grizzly Talks Football. I am the Grizz, and we have record predictions this episode. We're gonna do it by division because I know they can take super long if I, take way too long to rant about it. We're gonna start with the NFC South. I mean, come on, it's by division. I can do whatever the hell I want. It's my video. But anyways, if you are looking forward to this series, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you want the entire season 2, I'll make sure to leave that in the description so you can watch every episode for you to catch up. And you also have it for future episodes. Don't forget to hit the red subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single one of the videos. By the way, y'all need to go hit that red subscribe button. Some of y'all watching but ain't subscribing. Please change that. There is a good chance I might come through that screen and tackle your ass. Make you hit that red subscribe button. So go ahead and do it. I don't want to waste any more time. Let's get to some NFL season predictions, starting with the NFC South for 2025. So kicking things off, we have my team, the Atlanta Falcons. I'm actually going to go by alphabetical order and city. So Falcons are up first. Let's get straight to it. You see, the first 8 weeks, we got Tampa Bay at home, on the road to Minnesota on Sunday Night Football, then on the road to the Panthers, at home against the Commanders, then we got a bye week, week 5, which sucks for us. Early bye always sucks. Then we got a home game against the AFC East champion for like 5 or 6 years now, the Buffalo Bills. Then you got the San Francisco 49ers on the road, and the Dolphins at home. Oh yeah, by the way, the Bills game is on Monday Night Football. And of course, weeks 10 through 18, we got a road game against Indianapolis, the home game against Carolina, road games against New Orleans and the New York Jets, then a home game in Seattle, then 2 more road games against Tampa Bay and Arizona, and then the home games begin with the Rams and the Saints. Oh yeah, and those red sleeping icons, those are called mini buys. I said we just get straight to the season prediction for the Falcons. So, first off, we kick off against Tampa Bay. I will say we're probably going to win at home against Tampa Bay. Then we have a tough road game against Minnesota on Sunday Night Football. Primetime KOC, I feel like he can get it done. I'm going to say Minnesota wins that game. Then we got a tough road game against Carolina, who has been improving this offseason. I will say they beat us coming on the road. And then week 4, Commanders against the Falcons. They could easily beat us on the road, but I smell an upset. I'm considering injuries as well. So we go into our bye week at a 2-2 record with some unnecessary loss to Carolina, in my opinion, of course, and an unexpected win over Washington, who made the NFC Championship game last year. Then heading to our bye, we got the Buffalo Bills on the road on Monday Night Football. I still think Josh Allen and the Bills are going to beat us. And then the 49ers, assuming their injury history and going against Kyle Shanahan, we're going to beat them again. We are always owing Kyle Shanahan when he was on the 49ers for some stupid fucking reason. Then in week 8, we got the Dolphins at home. That should be a good win for us. And then against New England, I could see them beating us in Foxborough. Patriots definitely improved, and especially with a coach like Mike Vrabel, he could kick our ass, probably. So heading into perhaps the midway point through the year, we would be at a 4-4 record. Not terrible, but not great either. Then on to the second half of the year, Falcons going against the Colts. I'm sorry, but the Colts are absolute dumpster fires, so we're win that game. Then we'll make it 2 in a row against, as far as the win streak goes, we'll have another 2-game win streak with the win over Carolina at home. Then against the Saints, I think we'll definitely win that game. Unfortunately, the Saints situation is complete ass. Then we play Justin Fields and the New York Jets at MetLife. They're a better team than people realize. I think they could get a sneaky win over us. And then we go at home again against Seattle. Seattle has owned us in the regular season for quite some time. I still think they'll beat us. Then on the road against Tampa Bay, we'll go on a 3-game losing streak for some stupid reason, but that's just the reality of, the NFL and how the Falcons play. And then we go on the road to Arizona, where I think we'll come off a mini bye with a win. And then against the Rams, Rams are definitely a tough team also. But I feel like the Rams might, have some injuries that'll cost them in the end, so we'll win that. And finally, we'll have the Saints at home. We'll finish the year with a 3-game win streak. So in total, we'll have a 4-2 record against the NFC South, and we'll have an overall record of 10-7. I know it's not exactly accurate, but hey, it's my opinion. Don't hold me against it. I think Michael Penix could really come out on his own. I know he only played a couple games, but I do have some faith in him. But I gotta be real honest, I think the only reason why Desmond Ridder sucked so bad was because his coach was a complete clown. I do have Falcons losing some unnecessary games there and then. This is not accurate, by the way. The win versus winning team versus losing team versus playoff teams, that's not accurate because I got a whole lot of teams to do, all 31 of them. So just bear with me as we go through this journey. Coming up next, we got the Carolina Panthers. Looking at their first half of the season, they got road games to start the year against Jacksonville and Arizona. Then they got a home game against us. Then they go back on the road to Foxborough to play the Patriots. Then 2 more home games against the Dolphins and the Cowboys. Then they finish with a little home road against the Jets, the Bills, and the Packers. Heading into the second half of the season, they got a home game against New Orleans. Then a road game against the Falcons and the 49ers. Then they go to their bye week after the game against the Rams. And then after their bye week, they got home, road in their final 4 games, going against the Saints, Bucks twice, and the Seahawks at home. On paper, this looks like a very interesting schedule. To start off, that's going to be a tough one. Jaguars against the Panthers. I feel like Jacksonville on paper might actually win that game. Then against Arizona, I can be honest, I think Carolina comes away with an upset win in that department. Then they play the Patriots, lose to them. Then actually somehow beat the Dolphins at home. Then play the Cowboys. They're in an absolute shit show, but you can't deny high-end talent. Then they play the Jets on the road. I gotta be honest, Aaron Glenn could actually build something with the Jets. Not sure why, but there's that. Then Panthers go on a 4-game losing streak with losses also to the Bills and the Packers. Not a good start for Carolina. They're heading into Week 10 with a 3-6 record. Then we head to Week 10 where they desperately need a win to get themselves back on track. They beat the Saints. They lose to us. Then they go on the road against San Francisco. I think San Francisco does beat them. Then the Rams play the Panthers. Rams win that game. Then they head to their bye week. And the well-rested Panthers get the win over the Saints. Get an upset win over Tampa Bay. Then against Seattle. Seattle's a good team, but I think the Panthers get a huge upset win. And then they finish the season with a loss to Tampa Bay on the road. That's also a Christmas game for the Seahawks game, and then the Monday Night Football between the 49ers and the Panthers. Improvement from Carolina, I see them going 7-10. They're not going to be exactly good right away, but I think Carolina has some great upside, especially on the offense. Defense definitely needs some work. They're probably going to be like the 2024 Bengals, but again, we haven't seen any games played, so we'll just have to see how it goes. Up next, we got the New Orleans Saints. So to kick things off, they got 2 home games to start out. Then they got 2 road games. Home games against the Arizona and San Francisco. And then road games at Seattle and Buffalo. Next 5 games, you got 2 home games in a row again against the Giants and Patriots. Then a road game, then a home, and then a road. Road against Chicago, home against Tampa Bay, and then road against the Rams. And then the back half of the season, you got a road game against Carolina, then a bye week, then a home game against Atlanta, then back-to-back road games against Miami and Tampa Bay. That was the second game they play against Tampa Bay. Then they have home games against the Saints, Panthers, and Jets. Then you got the Titans and Falcons on the road to end the year. So kicking off this season, it's going to be very hard for them to win, especially against Arizona and San Francisco. Like, Arizona's like kind of mid, and then the 49ers on paper should be a good NFC West team. Might not tell you why I said on paper, because fucking injuries suck. Then they got road games against Seattle and Buffalo. They have absolutely zero chance. I almost clicked the wrong button, but yeah, they have no chance on the road against those two teams. Then they got home games against the Giants and the Patriots. I see they actually get their first win against New York, but then lose at home against New England. Then against Bears, Bucks, and Rams, they just lose all three of those games. Sorry. So, not a great start at all. 1-8 heading into Week 10. Then we look at the back half of the season. Obviously, they lose on the road to Carolina. Then go to the bye week, get real rested, but fortunately lose to the Falcons. Then they go on the road to Dolphins and Tampa Bay. Yeah, I'm going to just leave that at that. Then they go against the Jets. They get a couple wins to, better the season, but also ruin their chance of a number one pick. I could see them winning like 4 games, perhaps, ruining their chances of a number one pick, but I ultimately have them going 3-14. They're a team in rebuild mode. They're restarting the whole thing. They're blowing everything up. So it's no real surprise to see that the Saints will do horribly. And finally, our old nemesis in the NFC South, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Or as I like to call them, the Tampon Bay Buccaneers. Just a little running joke at them, a little jab at them. So in the first half of the season, they got a road game against the Falcons and against the Texans. Then they have home games against the Jets and the Eagles. Then they go back on the road to Seattle, go back home against San Francisco, and then back-to-back road games against the Lions and the Saints. Then after their bye week, they go back home against the New England Patriots, then play 2 road games against the Bills and the Rams, 2 tough road matchups. Then they play at home against Arizona, and then New Orleans and Atlanta. Then they have back-to-back road games against the Panthers and Dolphins, and then they finally come back home for their final game against Carolina. Of course, you got a Sunday night matchup against the Rams, and you also got a Thursday night matchup against the Falcons the second time. Oh yeah, and you also got 2 Monday Nighters against the Lions and the Texans. So to kick things off, obviously you had Atlanta beating Tampa Bay at home, and then you go on the road against Houston, but I do believe that y'all are going to win that game. And then you go at home against the Jets, you'll win that game. You'll beat the Eagles again. I mean, Eagles were thought of as frauds to start the year, but then they won the Super Bowl. I would say Eagles have a bad start again. Then you go on the road against Seattle, and Seattle upsets Tampa Bay. Then you go at home against San Francisco, actually do beat them. And then a big matchup early on between Tampa Bay and Detroit. I honestly say that Tampa Bay actually wins this one, and then they go back-to-back. So they go into their bye week with a 3-game win streak, and with a 6-2 record. And then week 10, they go back to Tampa Bay to play the Patriots. I say they actually do win. They're just too talented on both sides of the ball to the Patriots. Patriots are just surging, trying to make a turnaround. Then you go on the road to play the Bills. I say Bills win that one. And then another road game on Sunday Night Football against the Rams. I'll say the Rams win that one. Then you go back home, win 3 straight against Cardinals, Saints, and Falcons. And then you go on the road to Carolina. You actually lose an unexplainable game to them. Then you lose an unexplainable game to the Dolphins. But then you salvage your season by winning against Carolina. So Tampa Bay's final record, in my opinion, for the 2025 season is going to be 11-6. And yes, they'll still win the division, in my opinion. Disregard the head coach because he sucks ass. This Tampa Bay team has talent on both sides of the ball. You got Kalijah Kancey, Antoine Winfield, old Levante David, who could still wreak havoc on NFL offenses. You also got Jamel Dean and Zion McCollum out there in the secondary, along with Winfield, which is really good for the defensive side. And then you got Baker Mayfield, Blackie Irvin, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin coming back from injury, potentially Jalen McMillan and Emeka Egbuka, Tristan Wirfs on the offensive line. Like, this team is built to contend every year. And that'll do it for the NFC South record predictions. I'll do this division by division for every episode that I am able to do that. So that'll end this episode. Make sure you give this episode a big damn thumbs up. Make sure you hit the red subscribe button. You better do it. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single one of my videos. This is the Grizzly signing off for now. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.